Good morning from Surin Beach in Phuket. This morning I'm with a lady who has a life less ordinary. This is Karin Yongman, and she has a successful career in hotel management, actually international hotel management. So we'd like to ask you a few questions about that. Karin, how did you get into such a career, please?
Well, the best way is to do a hotel management school, and that's what I did. I did the one in the Netherlands, of course, in The Hague, so Hotel Management School The Hague. I started in 1991 and graduated in 1995, and after that the world was open for an international career.
Right. Is that school still there, still going?
Absolutely, yes. It's in the top 5 in the world, so it's a very good school, and it has an international stream, it has a Dutch stream, so it is open for anybody interested in hotel management.
So that led you into your first international post?
That's right.
Tell us about that.
I did my last traineeship in the Dominican Republic, and when we finished, we were offered a job. There was 2 of us. So I decided to accept the job, and my friend decided to go back to the Netherlands because she had a boyfriend there.
The Dominican Republic in
Yes.
the 1990s?
In 1995 is when I started.
I see.
And I stayed there until 2001.
Tell us about the Dominican Republic at that time.
Oh, it was wonderful. I mean, I understand that now Punta Cana has over 300 hotels, but in my time, it was the beginning. There were 27 hotels, so we had one of the most beautiful beaches and big resorts. So I think we had 600 rooms. It was huge, but it was wonderful, and it was booming with Spanish, South Americans. So it was a great way to start my career.
Dominican Republic.
Yes.
So where did that lead on to?
So after Dominican Republic, I got offered a management program within the company where I was going to do every single job that exists in a hotel.
Great.
And in my case, they decided to send me to Rome. So I spent 1.5 years in Rome doing every department, and they didn't have animation there. So for animation, I was sent to Mallorca, Palma de Mallorca, to spend a month or 2 there. And after 1 year, I had done every single post, analyzed every single department, and then I was allowed to spend 6 months with the F&B manager, because it was a hotel that specialized in F&B and conventions and meetings. They were able to drive a car into the hotel. So it was really interesting, and it was a great preparation, because after that, they decided to send me to Barcelona. So I went as an assistant general manager to Meliá Barcelona, which was a very popular or well-known hotel at that time.
So this was a pretty early stage in your career,
Yes,
was it?
yes.
So what were the challenges at that time, in that point of your career?
Well, obviously, I had to learn Spanish because Dominican Republic is Spanish, and Sol Meliá was a company at that time, Mallorca. They spoke a lot of Catalan. So I had to make sure that in my case they would speak Spanish, Castellano, and they did. So as we went along, I progressed in my level of fluency, and in the end I spent 12 years with them in different locations and different countries. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Tell us the locations.
So after Barcelona, they moved me to Brussels, where they had a hotel, and I was able to meet all the Spanish parliament people that would come to Brussels to ask for help with the immigration problems in Southern Europe. After that, they sold my hotel in Brussels, and they moved me to Paris. Over there they had 8 hotels, and there were 3 ladies. They were all pregnant, so I was able to cover a few months for each of them. And after that, I concluded 12 years with the company, and I decided to leave them, and I moved to Croatia with Kempinski. Kempinski is a German hotel company.
Right.
So we opened the hotel there with a beautiful golf course. That's where I started to... actually, I started my golf career in the Dominican Republic, and then was able to continue it in Croatia. After Croatia, I moved to China with the same company. So we opened a hotel there, and that was very interesting.
Tell us about opening a hotel in China.
Well, it was in the south of China, so for me it was challenging because there was not a lot of English spoken, so I always had to go with somebody somewhere because I needed somebody to translate. So it was very interesting. The owner had money at that time, but when we came towards the opening, he was asked to reinvest in his safety equipment because that was the time that in China there were a lot of problems with fires in high buildings, and he didn't have that money. So we had the hotel turnkey ready, as they say, ready to sell, but we didn't get the license because they had to spend more money on safety, and that was the problem. So the hotel only opened after 3 years, and I wasn't there anymore because I had moved on to my next location in Djibouti.
Hey, tell us about Djibouti.
Yeah, so Djibouti was very interesting because before I went there, I didn't even know where it was.
Right.
So Djibouti is actually a French colony, and it's in the Horn of Africa, as they call it. It's where, at the moment, or at least a few years ago, a lot of countries came to fight the pirates. And we had a beautiful hotel there, and there were not a lot of hotels at that time. So everything that was taking place in Djibouti was taking place in our hotel, which was super interesting. So we had pirates, we had weddings, we had navies, because all the navies were there, and Djibouti doesn't really, it's sort of a desert, doesn't offer a lot of entertainment. So the French Navy, the Spanish Navy, the Americans, they would all come to the hotel to enjoy themselves, have pizza and do other stuff.
And you were extending your language skills, I guess.
Yes, exactly. So that was really cool. I was even able to visit the American base. So that was super interesting, and I saw the drones and other secret things.
In Djibouti then, were there any issues relating to security?
Yes, absolutely. I had to be very careful. Actually, after I left, there were a few bombs that exploded in the main square of the town, but luckily not during my time. So yeah, it was an interesting location. So after Djibouti, I moved on to Abu Dhabi with Anantara.
So how does the transition happen between these hotels? Do you use some website to know where the jobs are?
Well, in fact, in Djibouti, they offered me to go to Chad with Kempinski. Chad is a French colony in Africa, and I didn't think that was the best choice. Chad also has a big American Navy base, but I decided that it was more convenient to go somewhere else. So I decided for Anantara. They offered me a job in Sirbanias, which is very interesting because it has 15,000 endangered Arabic species of animals running around on an island, a couple of hotels. So that was really nice. Horse riding with cheetahs and giraffes, and beautiful.
So nowadays, how do people go about finding these posts in hotels?
There's different ways. So in normal times, a lot of done through headhunters who look for skilled people that are willing to go to these locations. LinkedIn is a good source of jobs, and your network. When hotel companies are looking for people, they often start internal, and they reach out to their network to see if they can find the right people. So yes.
Do you feel there are any gender issues related to hiring in this industry?
Well, the higher you get in the company, the less women you see, because it's a tough job. It's not 9 to 5, and it's a challenge to combine it with a family. But today, you see more and more women doing it. They have a good networks of support at home. But it's definitely not easy for everybody to do a hotel general manager job with 3 children at home.
Oh, I guess it's not exactly 9 to 5.
No, so that's why I decided no for the children. And I can see that, there's less and less women around, but as we are in 2021, more and more are coming. There's a lot of hotel companies that do try and get more women on board, and that facilitates.
So an average day in such work might start quite early and end quite late.
Yes, it depends on the events that are going on. So you may have days where it's routine with check-in, check-out. But of course, if you work in a hotel where you have conference facilities, incentives, meetings, weddings, a lot of these events are taking place in the evening. So yes, we start in the morning and keep going until the night, until all the action is over.
Oh, but you probably get to eat some fancy meals.
If you have time.
Ah, right.
Yes, but that's one of the nice perks, of course, to be able to enjoy the hotel food from time to time.
Tell us about the perks. Tell us about the perks.
Well, the good thing is that most of the time, depending on the location, especially here in Thailand, you live within the resort walls.
Yes.
Maybe in staff quarters. So you can have your laundry done, you can enjoy the staff canteen food, or depending on your level, you can enjoy the restaurant food. On my last posting on Phi Phi, I enjoyed having my daily coffee, staring at the ocean. That is definitely different than sitting in an office in downtown Rome.
For sure. Hey,
Yeah.
Phi Phi. So that hotel, which one was it?
Oh yeah, that was with Singa. So that was Phi Phi Island Village. And that was of course fantastic because you're in the middle of a national park with such beautiful nature and landscape. And the lockdown was not good for the country, but for Phi Phi it was very good because nature was able to restore the number of sharks that were breeding. It was amazing. So I spent a very special 2.5 years there. And during the lockdown, not a lot of guests, but a lot of nature and a lot of beautiful scenery around me. So that was very special.
So from Phi Phi, like when the hotel was running at capacity, what would you do sort of in your spare time? Because it's a little bit
Luckily, the
removed.
hotel was well connected with Phuket. So on my day off, I would be able to enjoy the resort boat, which would take me in 1 hour from the island to downtown Phuket. And then I would enjoy my time playing golf and visiting a supermarket, which Phi Phi doesn't have. So from time to time, you also need to do those things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
well,
great.
Now it's only early November and tourism is returning to Thailand.
Hopefully,
Are you
yes.
feeling hopeful that things will go well?
Yes, it's obviously slow because there are still a lot of concerns everywhere with increase of COVID cases. But yes, here in Thailand we're hopeful that as of today actually, 1st of November, the quarantine situation has become easier. We're hoping that people will start to travel again and that the hotels can flourish because that's my passion and that's where I want to work.
Your passion, I totally see that.
Yes.
Thank you for telling us about these things because I've often seen people doing that kind of work and thinking, how do you get into that? Interesting to hear about the school in The Hague. We'll put a link to that.
Yes, I can absolutely recommend that anybody who is thinking about a career in hotel management, The Hague is a great location. You have Cornell, you have Lausanne. You have a couple of good choices, and I enjoyed doing these studies, and if I had to do it again, I would, definitely.
And by the way, you wanted to be interviewed at Surin Beach.
Yes.
Why was that?
Well, actually I live close by, and I thought this beach is very popular, and it's beautiful in the morning, in the afternoon. On a Sunday afternoon, this is packed. It's
Yeah.
nice, and I enjoy doing my exercises here, so it's
Lovely.
a nice location.
Let's go and take a walk around Surin Beach, see if we can see what's happening here at 8:15 on a Tuesday morning.
Wonderful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.